Lisa Vitti, CEO of FlowLiving.com and author of Woman Code. I'm an integrative nutritionist and I specialize in women's reproductive health issues, dealing with menstrual disorders, infertility issues, low energy, and low libido. You know, it's so interesting, just 2 generations ago, the biggest concern a woman had was, getting pregnant, right? The idea that if someone just looked at her the wrong way, she might get pregnant. And now, here we are 2 generations later, and women take it for granted that they're going to have to go through the IVF process, even in their 20s, to conceive. Endocrine disruptors are everywhere, from dry cleaning chemicals to, antibacterial hand soap, to even the fluoride in your toothpaste. And it's important to appreciate that each of these different compounds affects different target glands of the endocrine system. For example, fluoride in toothpaste has a dampening effect on your thyroid health. I got into this work because of my own hormonal issues. 15 years ago, I was 200 pounds, covered face, chest, and back in cystic acne, and I wasn't getting my period maybe once a year. And I was suffering from a disorder called polycystic ovarian disease. And it was about a 7-year process going from not knowing what was wrong with me to full recovery. And I developed a functional nutrition protocol that brought my whole endocrine system back online so that I could shed this weight effortlessly, 60 pounds, was able to clear up my skin, and of course I'm happy to report that I've been ovulating and menstruating every month for the past 12 years, which is exciting because for so many women, when we think about having these types of issues, we think they're never going to get any better. And to be able to bear witness not only in myself personally, but also for the past decade professionally, working with thousands of women, whether they have PCOS or fibroids or heavy periods or difficulty conceiving, to really help them see the potential that their body has to recover hormonally naturally, it's a huge gift to be able to serve women in that way. So the solution I created, we call the Woman Code system. And it's a 5-step process that helps take a woman from hormonally unbalanced to balance in using food. So the first step works with the endocrine functions naturally. So we start with blood sugar stabilization, then we move into adrenal support, and then we move into elimination, pathways of elimination. So as your body's making all of these hormones, you need to be able to break them down and get them out of your system quickly. So that's the first 3 steps. The 4th step is what I call hormonal synchronization, and this is where we use food in a particular way each phase of the cycle so that you're supporting with micronutrients and superfoods all of the different hormonal production that you need for each of the distinct 4 ratios of your menstrual cycle, and also using food to break those hormones down and get them out. So it's this never-ending cycle of keeping your hormones balanced from the production side and also getting them out of your system so they're not building up that level of excess estrogen that is at the root of so many of the hormonal symptoms you're facing. The 5th step of the protocol has to do with the mind-body conversation as it relates to being a woman. So many of us have a relationship with our bodies, our cycles, and our hormones that is, let's say, not so great. We want to change that inner dialogue to one where a woman feels like she can trust her body and rely on her feminine energy. So we have this misconception as women that our bodies are these ever-fluctuating, not to be trusted, kind of mysterious things. But really, I want women to lean into the hormonal patterns that they do have because they're a huge source of leverage. Right? If you want to get more done in your life with less effort, leveraging the shifts in your hormonal biochemistry and neurochemistry is how women can get more done with less strain on their body. I find it's really important for women to start thinking about improving their overall hormonal health, certainly 3 months in advance, but ideally 9 months in advance of getting pregnant.